Hello everyone, my name is Poonam Mehta. I'm a human design coach and energy healer, and in today's video we will be talking about the profile 4-6, which is the opportunist role model profile. Now if you've not come across my channel before, be sure to subscribe to my channel before you move forward. So with that, let's get started with the profile. So what are profiles in human design? Profiles in human design are a really cool way of figuring out how exactly to show up in the world. This is how you show up in the world, and this is also how people see you in the world. This is a costume that you're designed to wear in this world. Now with a profile, there's two sides to a profile. One is the conscious side and one is the unconscious side. The conscious side of your profile is going to be the way you view yourself, but the unconscious side of you is how the world sees you, not necessarily how you see yourself. So in this case, with a 4-6 profile, line 4, which is that of an opportunist, is your conscious aspect. So this is how you recognize yourself, whereas line 6 is your unconscious aspect, and this is how the world is going to see you. Okay, so let's get into line 4, which is the line of an opportunist. So as line 4, as an opportunist, you're designed to be an opportunist. And what this means is that you do have to wait for an opportunity before you make a jump from the old thing. So these are the people who should never quit a job before they have a new job already in line. These are the people who should never end relationships if they don't already have something else in place for themselves. So these are the people you'll see who are never single, right? They're just jumping from one relationship to the other. These are the people who are never without jobs and never without the other option. You always have to have a backup, and that is just how opportunists work. Line 4 is a very fixed line in human design. So what this means is that through your growth, you're going to establish a foundation for yourself, right? You're going to view a lot of these people who have their personal destinies. You're going to see them, you're going to observe them. And there are certain things that you're going to take on, and this becomes your foundation. But once you have that foundation, you are designed to be very fixed in it. It doesn't matter whether you're right or whether you're wrong. You are designed to be fixed in those things, in those ideas, in whatever you may call it. And then you are designed to externalize it to your network, to your friends, to your family, and people who surround you. Now, here's the thing. Let's first talk about the fixedness of it, right? You are not designed to change your views for anyone. This is just how you are. You are going to be fixed, and that is what you're here for. You're designed to be fixed, and then you're designed to take that fixedness and externalize it to your network. So I would almost think about it in terms of, say, like an influencer, right? A social media influencer. If you see them, they are maybe selling makeup, right? They're endorsing certain makeup brands, and they're fixed in what they like and what they don't like. And then their network is really trusting them, and they're buying from them, right? So that is what a line 4 looks like, because it's through that fixedness that they're designed to influence their network and their friends and their family. Now, this also means that because of that fixed nature, you will bump into people who don't agree with you. Your job is not to persuade the people who don't agree with you. If they don't agree with you, they're not here to be your network. And that is something line 4s have to let go of, right? They're not here for those people. So don't waste your energy in trying to convince the wrong people to follow you. The right people are going to listen to you. You have that ability, you have that networking gift within you where you will be able to influence your tribe, but you won't be able to influence the wrong people, and you're just going to end up wasting your energy. So this is why line 4 is also known as the abdicator, because you are designed to abdicate groups that don't agree with you, right? You are designed to walk away gracefully from those situations, and that is something to keep in mind. Otherwise you're going to end up very fatigued. Line 4s can also be extremely sensitive to criticism, so that is another thing to keep in mind, because they place such a huge emphasis on their network, on their friends, on their family. When they're rejected by certain people, they can tend to take it to heart, and they can become icy on the outside because they're so afraid of rejection. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So that's line 4. Now line 6 is the role model line. So with line 6, this is the unconscious side of you. It's going to go through 3 separate phases, where up until 30 you act like a line 3, which means that your life is going to be full of trials and errors. You're going to go through these lows and come out, and then go through more lows and come out on the other end, and through every low you're going to learn a new lesson. with line 4s in those first 30s, you will end up forming the wrong networks. You're going to end up making the wrong friendships. You're going to end up making the wrong connections. But through every experience, you're going to learn more and more about it, about what's the right way to do it. Now, after 30, you're going to, in a way, a little bit detached from the world, where you're going to go on the roof, and here you're pretty much in the observation mode. With a 4-6 profile, when you go on the roof, it is a little bit different than a 6 profile. It does act a little bit differently because you are gifted networkers. Typically what happens is when a line 6 goes on the roof, they become extremely aloof. They become very detached because they are trying to integrate everything that they learned, and they're trying to embody all the wisdom that they've gathered in the first 30 years. But because you have that line 4 element within you, you still stay close to your network, you still stay close to your connections, you are still going to be in that arena. However, you will become a little bit detached compared to how you were before in your 30s. It is going to be a slightly different experience where you will be observing, but from the sidelines. Ra called the 4-6 profile that of a warrior. And he noticed that a lot of photographers were actually 4-6s because they were excellent at just integrating themselves within the crowds, but also observing it from the sidelines. So that is another thing to keep in mind. Now, what happens is that when you are in your 30s, you accumulated all this knowledge, right, about the wrong people that you interacted with, or what the right network looks like, and so on and so forth, and you're starting to integrate it within yourself. You're becoming extremely objective. You're not judging people. You are starting to understand people for who they really are without any judgment. And that pessimism that you had gathered in your first 30 years, it eventually starts turning into hope and optimism, because you start to become a beacon of hope for the humanity, where you now know what is the right way to do things. What is it to become a role model, and what is it to become that person that you know is possible for humanity. And this doesn't happen right away. This is the learning that you're integrating within yourself from 30 to 50, and then at the age of 50, around the age of 50, during your Chiron returns, is where you come off the roof. And that's when you become that exemplary human, that role model for the rest of the humanity, where you're not just talking the talk, but you're walking the walk, right? So you are a role model for humanity, because now you know what that perfect person is supposed to do, and you're not only just preaching, but you're also adding those characteristics within you, and you're presenting it outward into the world. One of the big things with line 6 is to understand that when they are in their 30s, they can really identify the difference between what the right thing is and what the wrong thing is. The challenge here is to make sure that they integrate that within themselves and not be hypocrites about it. The way Ra described line 6 was that it's a journey of a person who goes on from becoming a hypocrite to a role model, and that's what we're looking at over here with a 4-6 profile. All right, so let's wrap it up with 4-6 profile. So as a 4-6 profile, you are a gifted networker. You're here to bump into a lot of trials and errors in the beginning. You're here to run into a lot of trials and errors, especially in the arena of forming the wrong friendships and wrong relationships in the first 30 years of your life. And then between 30 to 50, you start to get a very good understanding of what it is to be that perfect role model for the world, and you start integrating and embodying all that knowledge that you have within you. You are also here to establish that foundation for yourself that becomes very fixed in nature, and through this fixedness, you're designed to influence your network and your community. And at the age of 50, around the time of Chiron returns, you come off the roof, and here you become that role model who is that beacon of hope for the rest of the humanity, and to influence your network through all the teachings that you've learned, embodied, and integrated. So that brings me to the end of the profile 4-6. If you found that this video helped you, be sure you like it and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.